Deep in the countryside, a new revolution is underway. A big change that's coming from the cities and gradually invading the fields. And this revolution is digital. This young farmer isn't playing on his smartphone. He's fine-tuning the feeding process for his cattle.
In the kitchen, there's alfalfa and straw. This is corn silage and grass silage. The robot knows where each animal is, so it will give the correct ration to a dairy cow and a different ration to a heifer.
24/7, 365 days a year, robots serve Antoine Maurice's cows.
Here, my cows are free to eat when they want, and when they need milking, they go to the automatic robot by themselves. That gives the animals a really high level of well-being.
It was being able to turn the family farm into a dairy business version 2.0 that convinced Antoine to take over the reins.
I couldn't see myself at 50 years old, like my parents, uncles and aunts, not being able to milk anymore because the work was too hard. These days, quality of life is crucial for a farmer.
But having all the mod cons comes at a cost. The Maurice family spent 100,000 euros on the milking robot alone. The cost of change and fear of the unknown. That's what's still holding up the introduction of new technologies into farming. To the north of Chartres, Luc Laurent seems like any other traditional farmer. He grows 320 hectares of grain, but most of his work is now done on a computer. He gathers huge amounts of data, which has a direct impact on his crops.
I have a passion for my job, a passion for mathematics, a passion for agronomy and the physiology of plants. I was born with a pair of boots and a computer, and my aim now is to predict.
Considered an oddball in France, Luc had to export his ideas elsewhere.
I wasn't able to do this in France. I tried to do it for 20 years and wasn't able to, and after 3 years in Romania, it was job done. These satellite images help farmers a lot with their decision-making. In Romania, we're involved with 7 or 8 farms of between 2,000 and 15,000 hectares.
Not everyone is forced to go to the other side of Europe. They have customers at the end of the path.
Hi, Florian. I brought you the camera. We'll set it up here because it's dry.
Himself a farmer, Xavier Chaban has invented a connected camera to monitor watering systems.
Okay, it's online and running. Check it out. Perfect. Go on, try to move it.
A godsend for his young customer who no longer needs to drive around everywhere to make sure everything's working.
It stops me going backwards and forwards. I have 2 sites, including one where I need to be present to wind and unwind the hoses. So this gives me a lot of autonomy. Digital tools make things a lot easier. These days, a single farmer has to manage a much greater surface with a lot more to do. I'm not sure if it's easier, but digital does help to reduce the workload.
Farming is changing, and so too is the market. And some see this as an opportunity.
They've grown a lot.
They have indeed.
Alban and Arthur are visiting one of their customers, a watermelon grower.
They're superb. They're flowering and everything. But these have a few aphids on them.
4 years ago, these 2 start-uppers, both farmers' sons, created a 100% digital organic fruit and vegetable market that unites small-scale growers and distributors.
A farmer is first and foremost a craftsman. Today, we're using digital to bring new solutions and new ways of working. And the aim, of course, is to make sure we all make a living out of it.
They developed their idea here in Châteaudun, in the startup incubator dedicated to the farming of tomorrow.
Titi, some good news for you. I have your cucumbers. Your cucumbers, 4 by 5, reserved until August.
The aim of their online platform is to facilitate organic produce transactions at fair prices.
The idea is to have in real time all the information about a given product, the amount of available stock and the starting price. Because we work with starting price plus transport cost, to have more transparency on the true cost of the product and how much it costs for us to deliver it directly to the customer the following day.
Digital tools that save time and gain productivity, while making everyday work a little easier. That's the promise these farmers, version 2.0, have bought into. They want to believe in a future where happiness is still found in the fields.